Hello and welcome to another episode of this Derail Valley Overhauled stream series. We're hanging here today with Nico Fox, and good morning to all of you who are watching the stream. This is an early morning one here today, but we'll be kicking things off again here shortly. I will take a moment now to remind folks that if you still have some catching up to do on the series, there is a playlist that you can find on my channel, and which I'll link here in the video once the replay goes live. And of course, if you like what you see here today, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'll also mention that this is the last and final day of the fundraiser. Hold a sec. Yeah, I will mention that I saw that we were dropping some frames there, so I will mention that this is the last and final day of this fundraiser that we've been running for Advancement Project, a group focused on the justice for people of color here in the United States. And I will be doing still a one-to-one match here on stream today, so we're looking at the total donations going into the stream is $30, and so whatever we get up to by the end of the stream, the difference between that, I'll go ahead and match dollar for dollar. So your donation can go twice as far today if you donate during the stream. But alright, let's kick it on over to the game here and get started. Hey there, Lator. Good morning. Yeah, it's an early one today. So yeah, yesterday we took a train up from harbor. Probably took the worst route possible, although it was an exciting route, that is for sure. And we went around the southern part of the map here, through all these twists and turns, and wound up taking a wrong turn here and going through Forest South, and stopped. Although we took a wrong turn, it was good because we were able to stop by Steel Mill and refuel the locomotive. Hey there, Jeffrey. Good morning / afternoon. From Ohio, my home state. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, today we'll be taking a look at what we can haul here from the machine factory, and see. Let's take a look first how we're doing in terms of fuel. I think we haven't used quite that much since refueling at Steel Mill, although certainly water seems to go much faster than coal. And I do believe that there's no coal service here. Yes, there's diesel service and there is repair, but that is all. Oh, I didn't know there was a shop in Food Factory. Huh. I wonder what is located there. We're topping up the tank here, or boiler rather, with some water and getting some coal on the fire to warm things up a bit here, and then we will go ahead and move on over to the other yard here. getting sliced by a speed sign. That one just came right through here. Actually, probably should have taken a look at what all was available before I made a decision on which direction to pull out of here. Alright, we'll back on into the machine factory yard here. Aha, southeast corner of Ohio. Yeah, I grew up closer to Cleveland, so about 30 minutes outside. So kind of north central. Looks like we've got plenty of steam here. Maybe even a little bit too much. We probably want to decide where we're going before we cross that switch. Let's see if we can stop in time. Alright, looking good. Let's take a look at what jobs are available here today. Let's see, we've got some going to the harbor in town. We've got some headed to Iron Mine West. We've got some food factory in town. Looks like there is some shunting involved here as well. Load and prepare a train with empty containers. I think I would like to head to... Let's see. How can we do this? Oh, you know what? I think there is steam service at the iron mine, which would be nice to hit up. So why don't we take... Actually, we could take quite a bit of this depending on how heavy it is. Because my thought is to head down to steel mill ultimately. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to take too much. Depends on what we have available here. I think I definitely want to take these two. They're pretty light, but they have a lot of work to be done to get them together. Let's see, and then we've got these two are all ready to go. It's a goods factory in town. They're a little on the heavier side. We're gonna drop this one off at the iron mine. But I think I'd like to see if I can't pick up some iron ore to transport when we're there. So I don't know if I want to overburden myself with the goods factory in town shipments. May want to leave them for another time. And instead I can just take the food factory runs, which are pretty light, about 100 tons in total, which is about a tenth of what we can haul. So let's take a look at where these all are, and this one as well. Now we might be doing a bit of shunting here to get started. Hopefully that'll be alright. Let's see, we're looking for 82, 97, and 17. So here we have 97. Looks like a fairly long one there. 62 is here as well. I think that was one of them. No, that was not. And we have 82, rather. Let's see, that's also 62. This is 17. Yeah, that's one of the ones we need. Let's see, that's 2 cars worth there. Or is it 3? We've got 3. Let's see, this one is 82. Yeah. 82 is another one of the ones we're looking at here. Let's see, here's a couple more headed to job 17, which I believe was the, yeah, that's the excavators. See, there should be 6 total of those. I'm seeing 3 here. And we've got 62. No, that was a different one. 62. 82. I think that was one of the ones. Yeah, that was some empty containers headed here on 82. And what do we got at the front here? It's 97. That's another one of the ones we're looking at. Okay, 62. There was, I think, 17 at the front here. No, 61. Oh. Was it just the... maybe it was just this first one. No, 97. That was some more empty containers. Right. So, 61 is not what we're looking for. But I think there was one at the back here. 82 was it, perhaps? Yeah, 82. Has a couple cars on this track here. Looks like it is... oh, there's another 17. Huh, how about that? 17, 17... okay, so we've got 3, yes, 3 on this side, and then 3... there were 3 over at the back here, I think. Let's see... yeah, so here's a 17. Alright, just trying to work out in my mind how we'll be picking these up. There's a 97. And 82. Yeah, okay. So we had 82 at the back here, I think. Yeah, okay. So 282 here, 182 up here, there's a 97 up here, 17s at the back, 17s over here, and there was another, was it this one? Yeah, 97 at the front here. There should be one more car for 97, and I believe another car for 82. Yeah, there's one for 82, and there is 62, and is it at the back here? Yeah, 97 at the back. Alright, so let's grab, let's see, this has 97 in the front. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to grab 97 from here, put that on the loading track, then we will finish off loading 82, the 3 cars for, oh no, it's a 97 at this end. 82 is at this end, was it? I'm getting, yeah, I'm getting all mixed up here. 82 is over at this end. Okay. So, let's see, we've got 97 up front, 2 up front, 1 in the rear here, then an 82 in the front there, and 2 in the rear on this side. I think I want 82 to be on this side, which means I might be looking at moving these 2 cars into place first. Yes, I guess. Actually, when I pick this one up, I could take that other 82. So yeah, let me come around. I'll grab, yeah, one way or another, I'm gonna need to do some finagling here. Alright. Let's see, where are we headed with this track? We're headed left. Okay, so let's head through here. We'll pick up that 97 from the other side. Luckily, we will have Steam service here quite quick after we depart, so it's no big deal to go around and shunt with this locomotive. Although it is certainly going to be more of a challenge than it would be with either the shunter or even the DE6. Although the DE6 itself is still can be pretty challenging to shunt with, given how long of a rear hood it has. Just double checking here that the tracks are all set to be headed through the yard. I don't want to run into any trains. Alright, looks like we need to be slowing down here. We are going to be crossing the switch pretty soon. Alright, we are approaching this first train car here, which we'll be picking up and moving over into position. Alright, and just double checking, yeah, this is job 97. I think this may be the first time I have coupled something to the front of the steam locomotive. I think what I'm actually going to do here is move this onto the pass-through track, then come and run around it on the outbound track. Yeah, so I should be able to see here how far we've gotten. Looks like we are plenty far enough at this point. Let me go ahead and give the fire a stoke, since we will be using some more steam here. We will give this car a kick. I'm hoping that we put sufficient pressure in the brake pipes here. In no way soon enough to avoid passing the switch. All right. Let's see, I think that's the switch we want. And let me hop on over here. Not too worried about where this train car will come to a rest. But it looks like that's all we're going to get out of it. I'll go ahead and set the brakes so it's a little easier to back up to. Now let's see, I think we also had one up here in the front. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that other one as well. Which means we're going to have to transfer yards here. But we'll go ahead and do that. I think it will be better for us in the long run. Nice part about building the train as shunting load jobs is we get a little bit more say in how we put things together here. Well, let's not forget to throw that switch. And looks like we are all aligned to come back into that storage track and pick up that car. Just keep watch on how close we're getting here. Looks like it's probably time to start slowing down. Okay. So we have got one car for job at 97 here. We'll go ahead and pick up this this other one that we moved around to this side, and then we will come over here and grab these other two, 97 in the front and 82 in the rear. Let's get to it. And looks like it's probably time to give the firebox another stoke here. We'll top up on water while we have a moment. I am hoping we've gotten far enough here, so we are certainly stopped. Let's take a look at that. Seems like we are a-okay there on distance. We'll want to be headed straight in here to pick up this lonely rail car and join it up with a few friends. Alright, away we go. So I will take a moment to remind folks that this is the last day of fundraising for Advancement Project that I'll be doing here for now. And as part of that, I'm doing a one-to-one match for all donations given during the stream. So, if you find it within your heart and within your wallet to donate to the cause of racial justice for people of color here in the U.S., you can head on over to that link in the description. And there are some ways that you can get rewarded for that. I don't think that we'll make it to the $120 total donation mark to unlock the raffle, but I may be surprised, who knows. Certainly there is that raffle that you can sign up for a minimum donation of $5. There's also polls that you can take part in for no minimum, and those are related to the stream here. So if you'd like to see me pursue a particular job license, or perhaps a higher military license or a higher hazmat license, or if you'd like to see me purchase and use a particular in-game item like the locomotive remote or the golden shovel, there is a poll for that, and there's also a poll for skins. So if you'd like to see a particular locomotive skin, maybe you're fond of Pennsylvania Railroad, or perhaps Burlington Northern, or perhaps Canadian National, or there's also a Southern Pacific skin there, and a Golden Mikado skin that you can choose from, and put your donation towards voting for those. And again, this is the last day of the fundraiser, and I will be doing a dollar for dollar match. So your donation can go twice as far here today during the stream. Right, I think, yeah, we've gotten far enough here. Time to throw that switch over and back down on these two cars here. Looks like we could use some more coal on the fire. Let's go ahead and do that. More coal on the fire for more steam in the boiler. And as this train starts to grow longer, we want to keep the speed in a little bit more control. We will not pick up quite so fast here, especially since we don't have very far to go before we reach these other train cars here. Looks like it is already time to slow down. Oh, we may have met up with one of them there. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah. I was also just checking on the car health there, or damage indicator, as the case may be. Just looking to see, make sure we haven't done any damage to it yet. And looks like this is actually already in range as well, so it's nice that we gave that a little push. We didn't need to do it twice. Alright, and I believe this is a different train. Yep, that is job 62. So these are the first 4 cars of our train. We'll move them into position over on the loading track. Away we go. Do we, yeah, it looks like we still need some more pressure here. Could use some more pressure. Just checking in on our gauges here, making sure everything is in shape to continue doing this shunting. Alright, we're coming around to the other yard now. Go ahead and take a moment to throw the switch, so we'll be headed into the loading track there. And it looks like it is time to begin slowing down here. I think I'm going to use just the independent brake. It'll be a little bit harder on the locomotive's wheels, but we will keep pressure up in the brake pipes of the train cars here, and so we can mainly give them a kick into that loading track. Alright. So let's get this all set up here. And let's not forget to throw this switch. We'll roll it on over to reverse and impart some kinetic energy here. Alright. So I want to make sure I don't cause disaster here. We're going to throw that switch, and we will throw this one behind us. Alright, looks like it's a good time to start slowing down. And it looks like we can stop just about there. Alright. Rejoining our locomotive here. We will get underway a bit faster here. Alright. We're coming around to the other end of the yard now to work on getting some more cars together here. Alright. Actually gonna hop out here a moment. Yeah, these are 61. I think all our 17s were in the rear, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, those are 17 as well. Did we have another... Oh, we do. Okay. Well, we'll take care of that shortly here. Alright. Let's go ahead and start slowing down here. Okay. We've got that switch thrown over. 82. Yes, so we have some cars destined for job 82 coming up first, and then we've got a few for job 17. So let's go ahead and grab these here. What are my PC specs? I actually have a video about that. But I don't recall them offhand, but certainly I am running a bit of a higher end PC here. Alright. Come to think of it, I should really use this one. Doesn't make a difference in game, but IRL, usually the chain links on the wagons themselves are preferred, as in case they break, it is less expensive to repair the train car than it is to repair the locomotive. Alright, that is the switch we're aiming for here. Alright, do need to wait for a little bit of brake pressure. I'll take the opportunity to throw the switch, which will guide us into the loading track here. And we'll get these cars set up for a kick. Alright, back in the cab. We're rolling it on over to forward. Let's actually do max power here. And see if we can. It would be good to stop before the points here. Looks like we may have just achieved that. We'll throw that on over. And we will get this locomotive headed towards the next set of cars. Alright, we'll catch back up with these cars and see to it that they do not strike the other ones in here with too great a force. Yeah, that might have been a little too soon. Yeah. That was a little too soon. Oh well. It certainly looks like we have reached our target here. Hoping we didn't strike it too fast. We did do a little bit of damage there. That is too bad. No! What? Come on now. The brakes were on. What are you doing? Alright. We've got a few cars here for job 17. And yeah, we are cut here between 17 and 62. We have, I believe, a couple more cars over here, 3 to be exact, that we are picking up for job 17. And we do also have another car for 82 waiting over here. So we will bring these 3 around to the other side and pick up the rest of those cars. Looks like we'll be needing some more coal in the firebox as well. We'll take a moment here to do that and start some water heading into the boiler as we back away here. Should be probably fast enough. And we have a little ways to go here until we reach the switch to take us to the other yard. But it looks like we are reaching the top of the gauge there for the water level. Alright, we are also approaching the switch here. looks like that should do it to be able to go and throw that switch. Alright, and let's also make sure we are lined up here to come pick up these other cars for job 17. Yeah, for sure, Jeffrey, you can find that video on my channel, and well, when I mentioned it a moment ago, I will have put up a one of those clicky link things. I think they're called cards. What great vocabulary I am showing here today. I think I'm maybe still a little tired. Getting my words in the wrong order too, it seems. But yeah, I'll have put one of those up for the replay whenever this goes live, goes on to replay. Let's use those independent brakes. Try not to do any more damage than we've already done to these train cars here. I think we've not quite reached the other ones yet. We are still creeping along here. Will we make it? I think the answer is no. We've come to a standstill here. We'll open up the regulator a little bit to see if we can inch our way forward here. I think we should soon feel those cars coming together, which I believe they have. Alright, let's go couple them up. Alright, 17. 17. And 17. Alright, so we are coupled all the way through here. We have pressure all the way through. And away we go, backing out of this siding. And we'll be heading on over to that other one here shortly to pick up the last train car that we need. So it looks like we'll need to do a little bit of finagling there. And yeah, I've got pretty much everything maxed out here, graphics-wise. I can go ahead and once we get this last car through the switch here, I can hop on over to the settings and show what the settings are that I'm running. So, what do we got here? We've got, yeah, pretty much shadow quality is high, shadow distance is 1,000 units, meters, 1,000 meters, level of details ultra, vegetation extra high, yeah. Pretty much everything is top notch here in terms of graphic settings, and There's also, I could change some settings to make life easier for me in game, but I did have them set that way, and certainly I could see things a little bit better in the headset when I had them set like that. But I was noticing that things didn't look quite so good on stream, so there's a few settings I have there to prioritize the image quality for the stream rather than for actual gameplay here for me. But yeah, that gives you a little glimpse at what I'm running here. I'll probably go with 2 scoops here. Alright, we're heading back down into the yard. Gonna be grabbing one more train car here. Not exactly sure how close we're getting here yet. Yeah, it looks like we're just entering. But of course we need to do a little bit of a shuffle here, because the train car we need is in the front, and we are at the rear. And there's another train car in between us. We'll do this little shuffle here, and then hopefully load up and be on our way. Yeah, I'm just catching up on the chat here. Jeffrey, you're saying good to know. You're wanting to upgrade at some point. Derail Valley is what you're mainly going to be playing in VR. So you're curious to see what people have hardware-wise and the performance they get. Yeah, certainly. Glad I could help you out with that. See, we are still approaching here. I will mention one thing that is a little bit of an issue with VR in playing Derail Valley is that the screen door effect, which I'm sure if you're familiar with VR you've heard of, does seem to be pretty cumbersome with this game in particular, since you have to be reading signs at a distance. But that is part of the reason why I made the VR camera zoom mod that you can, you've probably seen me putting on display here as I zoom in to read things at a distance. It certainly enables me to read things that are further away than I would normally be able to while playing VR. And it's akin to the feature that folks using mouse and keyboard have as right click. And I have a link to all of the mods that I'm running here today down in the description if anyone is interested. Those can all be found over on Nexus Mods. And there is a mods readme channel in the official Derail Valley Discord server that will serve to get the uninitiated up and running with mods. Alright, so we are taking this one train car here that we do not need, and we're going to be moving it over into an adjacent track so that we can pick up the one that we do need. Though, since I am running the Persistent Jobs mod, I will want to move that car back to the storage track before moving on, since it will stay where I leave it, which is a little bit different than the way the base game plays. But certainly, since we'll be placing it on an... Actually, you know what? We'll be placing it on an outbound track, I think. I'll have to double check that and see what exactly type of track it is here. Oh, and I have pulled far enough. Oh, it is outbound. Okay. So yeah, since it's an outbound track, I'm not so worried about leaving it there. I think I may be able to give it a kick here as well. Alright, since we'll be doing a kick, we'll be going full power in the forward direction. Let's see if I've done this right, which I have not. Oh well. Yeah, I was hoping that I could stop the train before any of it rolled onto this siding, aside from this car here. But looks like I was not so lucky. Well, here's hoping that I will not have to move that car again. So I've placed it in the center of that outbound track. Okay, let's just move back here a little bit. Alright, time to pick up that other car. Looks like we're getting pretty close here. We still got a little ways to go. A little bit further. How are we doing on speed? We are pretty much coming to a stop here. Let's see if we can't add in a little bit of steam here, some steam power. While we're rolling up here, let's add some more coal to the fire and water to the boiler. So you can't see it from that side. Have we made it? Looks like we've still got a little ways to go. Just a little bit. I think we may get there at this rate. Oh, it's a lot further distance than it looks like from back here. All right, sounds like we have reached our target. I think either that or the tender was throwing me off. No, that certainly looks like we are there. All right. So we've got to bring these all the way back past this switch and then into the loading track in the other yard. It looks like this episode today is going to be mostly switching. Shunting stuff here with the steam locomotive, which is quite different from using one of the diesel locomotives. Right, we are past this switch. So let's throw it on over. I think we need to throw this one as well, yes. Okay, and we will bring things in here to the loading track. It's probably already time to start slowing down here. Alright, is it closed? No. Okay. Well, looks like we've got everything on the track here. So it is time to go initiate these jobs. Denied. So my debt is reduced. What debt? Okay, well apparently this one. Yeah. Hopefully it'll let me get away with not paying for these other two, which would No. What the heck? That is not cool. Well, it's probably, maybe this one. Here. No, let's do it. Yes. What? Is it the locomotive? These like debt things, they really need to tell you what you need to pay. Because it is very opaque at the moment. Well, at least since we're running the persistent jobs mod here, we should see another another job get generated for those rail cars, even though we discarded the job for them. But luckily they are not one of the ones that we have here. Alright, so we're loading some stuff on here. So we've got some containers, some excavators. Alright, everything is loaded up. Let's take a look at where these need to be placed, although I think it's kind of silly that we need to place them anywhere in particular, because we're just going to be taking them out of the yard here. Hopefully they're just all headed to the same track. Yeah, they're all headed to the same track. That's good. However, I think that's the track that we left this car on. Go figure. Alright, well, we'll deal with it. Let's see, we have most of these coupled here, I think. There is a brake here. Is there another brake down here? No, that might be the only one. I could have sworn we had another... Yeah, here it is. Alright, so let's hop aboard here and let's go ahead and push this forward a little bit. Get the two halves of the train linked together, and we'll move it over onto the outbound track where it is supposed to be. That's not what we're looking for. It looks like maybe back here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, and I think, yeah, we left this one open. Because of course I thought we would be picking it up on that end. But we did not. These couplers look a little weird here, so just give them a toggle. Alright. We are building up some brake pressure here. Hey there, Jeffrey. You gotta head out to do some things around the house? Great chatting, and appreciate what I'm doing. Yeah. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day. Catch you next time. Alright, we are moving things over to B50 here. That was not my intention, but that's alright. Tried to do like an over-the-shoulder jump up onto the tender there. But, went a little bit farther than anticipated. Right, looks like those last few cars are crossing the switch. Yep. So we are all set here to be moving things into this outbound track. We'll need to be wary of the train car that is sitting in there at the moment. Alright, but we got it rolled over to forward. We'll wait for a little bit of brake pressure and get underway here. And just moving things into the outbound track, getting them ready to head out to Iron Mine West and Food Factory. Looks like it's time for some more coal in here. Alright, now it's pretty much impossible to see what's going on at the other end of the train here. But looks like we got a little bit better view from this side. We just need to be a little bit wary of how rapidly we are approaching that empty rail car that we left in the outbound track. One of those speed signs that have populated in the middle of another track. Alright, we are getting pretty close here. And I am certainly hoping that this track is long enough for all of these cars. Because it honestly looks a little short. We might have to do this piecemeal, which would be kind of silly. Let's see what we have in here yet. We've got 97. We've got three cars from 97. What is behind it is 82. Yeah, I don't think this is all gonna fit. Not to worry. We will make this work. Alright, is that... Yeah, we've still got about a half a car's length here. And we are rapidly running out of room at the other end. Looks like in about a quarter car length, we'll have that last container car. Yeah, I should probably just stay with it here until I'm sure it's off the switch. Which looks like it's going to be right about now. Let's head back to the locomotive here. Put on the brakes just a touch. And let's go turn in 2 of these jobs. Number 82 is one of them. Alright. And this is the other, number 97. And next up will be this one, but it is not on the siding yet. So, let's do this. Let's go ahead and run around to the other end of the train. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to take a long way around here. We should still be set up for the loading track here. So we'll go ahead and run on through this way. Alright, and we'll be setting this track up here, yeah, for 5-0. We'll just be moving things around a little bit here, since I suppose this is one of the downsides to the persistent jobs mod that I am running here today, is that since it doesn't reserve space on tracks for jobs that actually, I can't tell if I'm low or high there. Fire out, blower, steam dump, water dump. Yeah, there we go. So get that bubble in sight. But yeah, so it since it doesn't reserve space on tracks for jobs that have not been initiated yet. It does sometimes do things like this. We do need to close this pipe at the other end. And the other thing we need to do is go ahead and take a cut here. It looks like it's going to be plenty. Alright, do I try this as a kick? Yeah, I suppose I do try this as a kick. Alright, we will couple up again to this train. Now we are in the front of it as opposed to the rear. And we'll need to wait for a little bit of brake pressure here to build up. But then we will go ahead and pull it forward. Now we are looking to get these excavators onto the track so that we can turn in that shunting job. Looks like that's probably going to be far enough. Let's take a look here, just make sure the back end is on, and yes it is. So we'll jump on over here to the station office and turn in this job. Alright, and just in the nick of time to get that bonus. Alright, so we've been going for about an hour and a half here. Let's see, yeah, I think we can see about taking the rest of taking these on to their destinations. So yeah, let's take a look at the job board here. We should see a freight haul to Iron Ore Mine West. Let's see, and then we should also have the 2 food factory jobs. We're looking at 954 and 96. We should see all of those here. So we've got 54. Going back a little ways, we should see 9. And back a little further, we should have 96. Alright. So that is all set up there. And, you know, while we start these jobs here, we'll go ahead and stoke up the firebox a little bit and just start pulling out here. We need a little bit more power than that to get started. Okay. Ugh, more debt? What the heck? What does it want me to pay for? For that one? Okay. So I guess it does some weird stuff here with how it wants you to pay for these things. But the debt seems to be associated with the job and not with the train cars. Okay, we are getting underway here. Heading on over to Iron Ore Mine West. And make sure that I am reading this correctly, and that we're not needing to be heading to West. Yes, this is a West. I think that should be closed up. Oh, I'm gonna take a moment here. Grab a sip of water. All right. So we are getting underway here. Looks like we need a little bit more steam, which means a little bit more coal. And hey there, Ryan. Yeah, I am early today. I've got a hike planned for later today, meeting up with some friends to go on a socially distant hike around noon, so had to make sure I got in a early session today, or else there would be no stream at all today. But glad you could make it. And you missed a bit of shunting with the steam locomotive, but No big deal, we're just getting started here, heading out from Machine Factory, and we're headed on down to Iron Mine West.
Ooh, you know what? I will bet. I was looking at the map earlier, and I saw that there was a shop in Food Factory, and I thought to myself, what is sold in Food Factory? Because I know what's sold in Machine Factory and Goods Factory and the Harbor. But now that I'm coming around this track here and thinking about what is in this area, I think I know what is sold in Food Factory. Alright, there's our first destination today, Iron Ore Mine West, over on the other shore there. We'll be there before we know it. And Ryan's first time you get to watch me in a while. Oh, you get to watch me while you eat lunch instead of dinner. Aha! It's food that's sold. I wonder where that track goes. Let's see, we are coming down here. The track is all set for us. Like we're doing okay in terms of brake. We got a max speed here of 50 kilometers an hour. And an even terrain profile for the moment, but we'll be going uphill in a moment here, which is honestly not the worst, since we do need to be slowing down for this station approach here. We'll just kind of let it coast on through. Let's see, we've got the excavators at the back of the train here. They're headed to B2I. Let's have a switch remote at the ready here. Do a little transfer over to this side so we've got a little bit more sight distance. Let's see, 2I should probably be around to the right, is my guess. And should be clear on through. That's the wrong switch. That's the one we're looking for. And yeah, I made a good call there, thinking that this would be the track. Alright, we've got this train behind us, still pulling out of that tunnel, and just coasting into the station here, where we will be depositing these excavators. Looks like it's probably about time to start slowing down here. Let me check and see. Yes, we are plenty on this track. so no need to worry about fouling the points here. Let's go ahead and turn in this job. That was a nice quick one. Alright. 10 minutes to make it over here, but we did it in 7. And see what we have here as possible trains to take with us. So I think it would be kind of nice to take something headed down to the steel mill. And let me take a moment here to just reference these. We've got 68 and 51, which gives us 101, 60, 68 and 51. Oh no, that's 119. There we go. 119, so let's say we'll approximate that's like 200, so yeah, we could take this one. It might be kind of nice to grab that, and so we don't go too close to the limit of the steam locomotive. But yeah, let's see what we've got here. What are we looking for? We're looking for number 47, which has 3 teal cars at the back, brown, yellow, yellow, brown. I think it's this one right in front of us here. Yeah, 47. So this is the one we're looking at. Now the question is, do I want to put this one in at the front near the steam locomotive, or do I want it in the rear? Probably weight-wise, I probably want it in the front, so I don't accidentally stringline these these empty containers. Well, before we forget, get those uncoupled. And I would like to service here as well, since we were doing a lot of shunting work there, and yeah, we are running low on water. So let's figure out what we're doing here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these here for the moment. We'll go service this locomotive. Alright, we'll be running through the center here, and we'll go service up. yes, I'm damaging that fragile iron ore by walking on it. Yeah, it seems like what would happen. Given some of what we've seen here in the past. Should be merging with this track here too. So we will start slowing down here. Go ahead and throw that on over. See, can I target that second one from here? Nope. That is kind of unfortunate. Not the biggest fan of how these switches work sometimes. Alright. So, let's go grab some water and coal. Let's hop up on water here. Alright. That puts us in range for these right here. Alright. And I think we're all set on sand. Yep, we are topped up on sand, so we don't need to service the locomotive at the moment. And instead, we will just get on our way here. Alright, so we'll return this turntable. Alright. And Ryan, you still find it hilarious how you can damage something that's been pulverized out of the ground. It'll soon be melted down for its essence. Yeah, I think when it's talking damage in terms of you know, iron ore in a job, it's probably more accurately described as like lost, like you're probably spilling it or something like that. But you know, games are simple things, and they can only tell us what we tell them to tell us. So probably just the fact that damage is the word used for everything else is the reason why it's used for the ore as well. But it is funny to think about that. Coasting on over to the other side of the yard. We've just filled up with water and coal. We should be all set to go to take these empty containers the rest of the way to Food Factory. Yeah, actually you can't even see the vertical bar at all when it's topped all the way up. Yeah, so we'll be taking these empty containers to Food Factory, and we'll be picking up some iron ore for the steel mill as well. Another case of a switch that we can't reach from back here. We'll add a little bit of coal into the firebox here, just to keep things topped up. We are backing down on those iron ore cars. I'll go ahead and just double check that these are the right ones. 47, yep, is the job that we are looking for. And a pretty long inventory list right there. Yeah, I'm going to need to be quick about things here because I am running out of time to be streaming today. So I've got about another hour before I will need to sign off. And I think hopefully that will be enough time to complete both of these jobs. Did I make it far enough back? Not sure. I think I perhaps did not. Yep, got a little bit further to go. There we are. Alright, hooking things up here. Take a look down the line. Just checking to make sure everything looks in tip-top shape. All the brake pipes are open. We're looking at the job numbers, making sure they're all 47. All the chains are tightened appropriately. And just checking the end here, making sure we have brake pressure all the way through. Alright, hopping back up into the cab here. We will start moving this out, and we will couple those empty containers to the end. Looks like it's time for another shovel full of coal. Where am I going hiking? I'm not exactly sure yet. We're gonna meet up with our friends first, and then I think we're gonna figure it out. Actually, just went hiking a little bit yesterday at a place called, I think it was Quarry Park, over in Half Moon Bay. Pretty nice but steep hike, and it was good to get out in nature again and not be sedentary in the apartment. Alright, I'm seeing one teal hopper at the back there. There's a second one turning over, and the third one should be right there behind it. So it is time to start slowing down here. Alright, let's jog back this way, and we'll go ahead and throw that switch. We've got the tracks lined up now to back down onto those empty containers. So we will release the brakes here and begin to do that. It's like probably time for another shovel full of coal into the firebox. I'm gonna be going not too quick here, because we are going to be finding ourselves at the container cars pretty quick. Looks like we are just about there. I think we're going plenty slow enough here. But we have a little ways to go yet. Let's open up the regulator a little bit and just get a little bit of speed here. Just a touch. Maybe that is too light of a touch, especially as I see the train is bucking a little bit here. And I think we have reached it now, so let's set those brakes. Go ahead and come on down here and couple these up. Oop, that was already open. Alright, as those brake pipes fill, we'll come on down this way and go ahead and activate this job. And luckily, we're not seeing any fee warnings this time. Looks like we're headed to B3I at Steel Mill. So we're headed to D2I with one of these containers, and D2I with the other one as well. That's good to know. And we should be all set to head out here. And we do have full steam in the boiler, but we will top off the water here and go ahead and give the firebox a few stokes as we head out. I believe we will be headed uphill straight away. So we'll probably be needing some more steam here shortly. Let's go ahead and stoke this up some more. Start getting that fire nice and hot so we can be using the steam to make our way up this hill. And hey there, good evening. At least for you, it's evening. And yeah, welcome to the stream. Looks like we're fighting perhaps a grade here. Taking a look at what all is going on here. Probably time to put some more coal in the firebox. We are running through this steam pretty quick. Perhaps we can get some more steam, some more heat, and therefore some more steam by opening up the flue. I see someone else who uses the 24-hour time format. Alright. It'll be time to stoke some more coal. Since we do have that flue open, we'll be burning through it pretty quick here. Hoping we can set this reverser back a little bit and save some steam. We do sounds like we are accelerating a bit here, which is good. Good to hear. As we're starting to get underway again here, I will take a chance to remind folks that this is the last day that I am running the fundraiser for Advancement Project. We're a group working here in the US, looking for the betterment of people of color who, of course, it's come to light recently, have been not really having a fair and just experience here in the US. Of course, that's been going on for a while, but it has come to light, especially recently, with the death of George Floyd, among others. And so if you take a look in the description there, you'll see a link to a donation page where you can donate to the work that Advancement Project is doing to make things better here for those groups of people. And I'll be doing a one-to-one match during the stream here today, so if you are able to donate while I'm streaming, I will go ahead and match that dollar for dollar, so your donation can go twice as far. But this will be the last day that I'm running that fundraiser, so donate now or donate later, but just not part of my fundraiser. We'll take a look in here. We do need to stoke some more coal. We are running low, which means that if we let that continue, we will run out of steam, which we do not want to do. And it looks like we'll need to top off the water as well. We are exiting the tunnel here soon. Let's give it a little toot-toot. Take a look, see if we can see what speed limit is coming up. Looks like we've got a 30km/h zone up ahead. We are doing under that, so we should be just fine. Probably need some more coal by now though, because we are likely burning through this very quickly, since we have that flue open. And yeah, our fire is burning hot. Looking like we can probably roll the reverser over a little bit more here and really ease up off of the what do you mean? I keep forgetting the name of this thing. It's not quite the throttle, but yeah, I don't know. I lost it. I had it a little while ago, but you know, sometimes words just escape me. Alright. Looks like we have an overabundance of steam here at the moment, which is a little unfortunate that we are wasting steam. But we do need to keep our speed under that limit. Train cars are coming through the bend behind us there. Still working our way through the ore cars, but there are some of those empty containers showing themselves around the bend. We've got another 30km/h bend coming up here, which means we will hold at the current speed. Let's see if we can get a screen capture there of the length of this train. time to top up on some water while we have a chance. And let's take a look too at the firebox. So well, you know, it probably doesn't need much more coal just yet. We are still working our way through some of the steam that is already in there. Or rather, that is already in the boiler from the coal that is in the firebox. We are under power again here. Just getting back up to that 30km/h speed limit. As the tail end of our train is still in that tight bend back there. Sounds like our fire has reached a low point here. That should be fine for the moment. Just looking at what's ahead here. Looking pretty clear. It looks like we have come out of that low speed bend behind us. We'll go ahead and use some of the steam that we've got here, some of this excess, to build up a little bit more speed. And as such, we'll get ready to replace some of that steam by stoking the firebox. Do need some more coal here. Whoa. Let's see, what speed limit we got coming up is 50km/h. Can't really see any of the subsequent ones yet. We'll let things get up in speed here. Yeah, we've got a nice view of that train behind us there. But probably time to stoke a little bit more coal. Just get this fire burning again. Maybe we'll open the flue like a notch. Be a good time also to top up on water. Perhaps a little bit too much water. Seems like 50 is a pretty good limit for this section here. We can start using some more heat here and some more steam. Let's give it 2 scoops this time. Oh, do not like how that shovel sticks to the edges of the firebox. Alright, we are making pretty good time here so far. What do we got coming up ahead? I cannot read that sign yet. Looks like that might be an 80. Yep, that certainly is an 80. We're approaching the 60km/h speed limit. We'll go ahead and slow things down a little bit here. I think we might be seeing a little bit of a downhill. Probably time to stoke some more coal. And Probably also time to close this flue. Got a 60km/h zone coming up ahead. We'll add some more water. Our speed is doing just fine at the moment. We are losing some steam though, so perhaps we do need this flue to be about halfway open. Is that a, can't tell if that's a 90 or a 40. That is a 90, okay. That is good to see. Let's grab some more coal for the firebox here. That is a 60 limit coming up. We can use a little bit more of the steam. We have plenty here. We'll go ahead and close the flue. Give a little warning as we enter the tunnel here. Another as we exit the other side. And sure enough, there is yet another tunnel. Got plenty of steam here right now. In fact, maybe a little bit too much. Let me see my computer glitching out a little bit there. Pretty good time here. See, that looks like another 90 zone coming up ahead. But I believe we are still partially in a 50 or 60 zone. Looks like we could use some more water here. And let's see, that is 70 and headed downhill. Alright, so we have our regulator completely closed here. We need to be using some brakes here. Making sure we don't go too fast down this hill. And actually slowing down a little bit if we can. As we are approaching a junction. We've got a lot of train behind us. You can certainly feel that in how the train is braking, or rather not braking right now. And we'll throw that switch over to be set for us. And we've got more downhill coming up here in just a moment, so we'll back off the brakes a little bit, but we'll still keep them on. Our fire is pretty low, but we have plenty of steam at the moment, so no rush to stoke that back up just yet. And I think it's going to be all downhill as we approach Food Factory here. We can see it in the distance there now. Alright, and this track we are looking for is D2I, I believe. That was, yes, for both of them. Let's glance through here real quick. D is over on this yard, and 2I is right down the middle. Okay, can do. I think we might be going a little bit fast here. Haven't caught sight of a speed sign in a little bit, but we might be going through some 50km/h zones. our water level is doing just fine. We are still coming down here. It looks like we are approaching this tunnel that will lead us into the food factory yard. So, let's go ahead and slow this train down as we start to make our approach here. Yeah, we can see there's already a warning of the junction that we will be headed through as we enter the food factory. So let's go ahead and take a jump up here to the front. We will go ahead and throw that switch to the left. And let's see. We have, it looks like we need to throw this, nope, actually that is set appropriately. That one, however, is not. Okay, probably about time to start letting off this brake. Luckily, we have plenty of steam that we can use to overcome the brakes as they continue to release. And the flue is all the way closed. That is good. And it looks like we are all set up for coming into this inbound track here. To I. That is the one. Let's take a wander back here to the rail cars in question, and let's do something silly. Alright, it is time that we do need some more coal in this firebox. And let's just let that coast for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these continue to roll onto the track that they are destined for. And as they are far enough on here, let's hop onto the other side. I think I usually work the yard from this end, so we'll leave that open. We'll come on around here to the station office. Go ahead and turn these both in. Alright, and we will put away our money and go catch up with this train, which hopefully is not going too fast for this curve here. We need a little bit more coal in the firebox just to keep things going. We are slowing down a little bit here. So we are in both a tight turn and an uphill climb with not as much steam as I'd like to have. But yeah, it was a nice little rolling stop there. Not really a stop at all. to burn through some of the steam real quick here. Let's give 2 more shovels in here. Yeah, I am watching the clock. We've got about roughly 30 minutes to get down to the steel mill and get this iron ore turned in to inbound track 3 in yard B. We are really burning through this steam pressure. Not sure exactly what to do, except keep things topped off and hope we can get enough speed here that opening the flue will make some difference. See, it probably didn't need that last scoop because I think we are going to be coming out of the uphill portion of this journey, and we'll be mostly headed downhill from here on out. Wonder if I can get a nice picture of the train on this bridge here. The trees are getting in the way there. Let's see, maybe somewhere over here. That's not so bad. Sounds like we are struggling a little bit here. Probably need some more coal in the firebox. Keep things nice and hot and generating plenty of steam. Some more water as well. And I'm liking no, that's I thought we had some even ground coming up, but it's more uphill climb to go. So let's keep this stoked. A little ways further, just a little ways. The long scoop, I think, may be sufficient here. is that junction coming up here at some point pretty soon. And we'll be headed around to the right and be headed south. Still struggling a bit up this hill. Could use some more water in the boiler. I don't know how that happened. Perhaps a little bit more coal in the firebox as well. Maybe two shovels worth. It does sound like we are perhaps getting some more speed here. Somehow I am outrunning this train. The magic of video games, I suppose. Alright, let's close that flue. We won't be needing all that much more steam at this point. We will keep the fire going there, top up on water. And I missed that speed, but I think it's roughly 60 kilometers an hour is our limit in this area. And certainly that is what the sign up ahead is telling us. And it's time to engage some brakes here. Maybe just a little bit for starters. It should be nice and easy downhill coasting at this point. Just watching that speed limit, making sure we're not going too fast. Though we do want to be pushing it a little bit here. Make sure we can get to Steel Mill in less than 25 minutes. Why 25 minutes, you ask? That is because I will need to be leaving the stream at that point. Meeting up with some friends for a socially distant hike today. We are pulling these hoppers filled with iron ore along just fine here. Our fire is reaching a low point, but no need to worry about that at the moment, as we're not using very much steam. So we are just watching our speed here, making sure we're not going too fast down this hill. Coasting along on our way to Steel Mill. Looks like we're coming up on that junction for Oil Well North, so it's good that we are going under 50. I do need to throw this real quick. Got a 50-kilometer-an-hour zone coming up ahead, but probably can put on a little bit of this steam to use, as we're reaching excess there. if you also have a little bit excess, I would invite you to head on over to the donation link in my video description here, and there you can donate to the Advancement Project and the good work they're doing here in the US, fighting for justice and fairness for people of color here in the States. And again, I will mention this is the last stream that I will be running this fundraiser, and I'm doing a one-to-one match. So anything that you donate right now while this stream is live, I will be matching at the end of the stream, $1 for $1, making your donation go twice as far today. And we haven't seen any donations yet today, so perhaps you will be the first. I've also got some polls over there if you'd like to vote for how you'd like this stream to see this stream progressing. You can vote for either hazmat or military license if you'd like to see me prioritize one of those, or perhaps one of the in-game items like the locomotive remote or the golden shovel. Or there's also a poll for locomotive skins. We've got options over there like the Pennsylvania Railroad skins, the Burlington Northern, the Canadian National, the Southern Pacific, and of course the shiny gold Mikado. Let's throw a little bit of coal into the firebox here. Let's build up some steam, and let's see if we can't race through this area here once we get out of this bend. Let's take a look at where the back of our train is. We're still making our way through that 60km/h zone. But it's probably high time we can open up the regulator and put on some speed here. We've got a limit of 100 km/h in this zone, as we can see right there. And we are making our way up towards that number. A little bit faster than we can generate steam, but as we will need to slow down here soon enough, that is not the biggest worry. I think 80 is as high as we're going to make it here today, because we do need to be reining it back in as we approach this bend up ahead. Overdid it a little bit on steam generation there. Didn't need quite as much. And I probably needed to start generating it a little bit earlier than I did. But just learning for the future, getting a better sense of how to operate these trains here in the valley. We are coming up to Steel Mill here, so although we are going up an incline, I will let that take away some of our speed. Let us slow down as we approach the station. here. We are headed straight in there. No, it's doing this thing again. I don't think I really have time to switch to the right page in this booklet, so let's just take a look. Either headed to B3I. I want to say that's on the left. I want to say it looks like it's going to be that one. And fingers crossed. Yeah, that looks correct. And it does take a while for that lettering to pop into existence there. We're going a little fast for coming into the station. But we are slowing on down here. Making sure the train is fully on the siding. And it looks like it is. I'll go ahead and set these brakes. Alright. And we will just let a little bit of steam out here. Just enough to bring it. Well, looks like we're still generating some, but perhaps bring it just underneath the max there, and let's see if we can put the fire out as well. It looks like the fire is out. Alright, let's go turn in this job, see how quickly we have done it. Not bad. Close to the time limit, but not quite there. Not quite fast enough to get a bonus. All right, so thank you for joining me today. I will be signing off here, but certainly thank you for joining me. And unfortunately, it looks like we did not get any more donations today. So, oh well. At least, you know, I'm happy to say that, you know, we've made $30 for this great organization here. And since we didn't reach the $120 goal to unlock the raffle, and no one signed up for it anyway, I'll just go ahead and donate the $20 I would have spent on the game to the organization. And that organization, again, being Advancement Project, of course. If you want to look up more about them, do follow that link. And of course, if you're watching the replay of this, it's not too late. You can still donate. There is the link there in the description, although there will be no match for that. But yeah, feel free to chip in a little bit if you can. I know times are tough with everything that's going on. Not everyone still has employment at the moment, so things can be a little rough, but if you do have the ability, I do implore you and urge you to take a look at that link and to donate if you can. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in today, and I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you next time. Later.